No, I don't think it's too much AEW because they canceled Dark and Dark Elevation. I used to watch the YouTube shows every week, which is like an extra 2 hours, 3 hours of wrestling that's gone. So no, I need Collision. I'm missing my fucking wrestling, and I'm not watching Ring of Honor because I don't know. I'm an idiot. I don't know. I view it as non-canonical. I know it isn't. I'm gonna catch up on it some other time. I'm just not excited by Ring of Honor. Am I wrong? Is there anything happening there? Yeah, it's just replacing. Well, I mean, it's upgrading. Because Dark and Dark Elevation were like, I don't know, feeder? I don't know what you want to call them. Shitty shows? Not the best shows, not the flagship shows. Collision's going to be equal to Dynamite. I think that's the idea. I mean, Rampage is kind of, I don't know. The thing is, when they would do live shows, it would be one big show. It'd be like 7 hours of wrestling. So they would do Dynamite, and then they would do Dark or Dark Elevation, Ring of Honor, Rampage. Like, it would just go forever. And now they're not doing that. And I don't know. I guess Collision's going to be live, or is it live? Is it another live show? Sometimes they'll do live Dynamites. Dark and Dark Elevation were not live. Those were filmed at the same time as Dynamite. So I don't know. I felt like, and I know they filmed the Ring of Honor stuff. Well, actually, they're doing a lot of Ring of Honor stuff in their performance center. I don't know what the fuck they call it, but it's in Florida, or Universal Studios. Like, they have a Ring of Honor studio in Universal Studios. Those I didn't like watching those. And they would put those on Dark, and I wouldn't be as excited about it as the other stuff. I liked watching the whole show. So I like Dynamite, and then I felt like by watching Dark or Dark Elevation and Rampage even, that I was seeing the whole show, like what was experienced there live. Because sometimes I really like the venue. Like, I like it when they go to Washington, D.C. I just want to watch everything they shot that night. And so I'm less excited when it's not part of the big show. When it's like out of their Universal Studios, which I don't know, there's been some cool stuff filmed at the Universal Studios. But I don't know. I think it's cool seeing the whole show. Like when you watch Grand Slam, I want to watch everything that was filmed at Grand Slam because it's all the same production. Like, you're watching lesser matches from, not as well-known talent or not as big of a stars, but the same production in the same. So when they do Ring of Honor, like I did watch a Ring of Honor, and it was clearly a show that they ran after a Dynamite or before a Dynamite, and it had that great production. That's what I like AEW for their production style. And I know it's not as flamboyant as the WWE production style, but I prefer the AEW. Like, it's just the right level. It's the wrestling that I remember when I was a kid watching it, was the production level of AEW. WWE is like, I don't know, it gives me like sports event vibes. Like, it's too big. It doesn't feel the same. And yeah, there ain't nobody bleeding, nothing crazy happening. AEW's just out of its damn mind weekly, doing insane things. That's what I'm here for, so that's why I watch those shows. And I know it's not too much wrestling, it's just the right amount of fucking wrestling. It's great. I'm really excited about Collision. I hope that it's going to have the standard of Dynamite. I hope that Collision holds up to the great standard that Dynamite has set. I hope the first episodes of Collision are as amazing as the first episodes of Dynamite. The first episodes of Dynamite were some of the greatest TV that's ever been filmed, especially live TV. It's incredible. And Dynamite has held on in quality, for years. It's been great. They've had some episodes, they're not as good as other episodes, but overall, it's a quality show. It's a great live production. It feels like wrestling from the 90s. with a nice modern kind of spin to it. It doesn't have, it's like all the best parts of 90s wrestling, in my opinion. And Collision's got the throwback look. It looks like WCW Nitro. I know a lot of people are excited for wrestling to come back to Saturday night. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, we don't have any wrestling on Saturday night, so it's very cool to have a wrestling show. I think it's going to do great ratings. It potentially could do better ratings than Dynamite. Who knows? We'll see, especially if they get CM Punk back to it. People love CM Punk. I wasn't the biggest fan of CM Punk, but I just watched a documentary on CM Punk that's available on the WWE Network on Peacock. And this documentary on CM Punk, I think within like 20 minutes, I was the biggest CM Punk fan. I totally got it. I didn't get it. And then after kind of seeing how he rose up from the independent scene to join the WWE and then become such a major player in the WWE, be treated like shit, and basically change the entire industry with his, pipe bomb promo that he cut. They're sitting cross-legged at the top of the ramp, just shooting on everybody, whether that was planned or not planned. I know there's been a lot of talk around it. It was fucking iconic, and it definitely changed things it was probably maybe one of the first steps towards an AEW was that promo. And so it makes a lot of sense for him to be in AEW. I understand why they're going to deal with him and all of his personality. I get CM Punk. I like CM Punk, but I also get that he seems to be a pain in the ass. But that's what it is. It's what it is. You get guys like this, they're going to disrupt. They're going to be assholes. And that's maybe what you need to move something forward. I know it too well.